Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today guys, I want to do part 222 to my ChatGPT Characters chatbot series. I just told Luigi a funny scenario, and here's what I said to him. I wouldn't want this to happen, but I've noticed how a lot of people seem to try to target me whenever I am alone. Getting hurt wouldn't be funny, but I could just imagine you hiding somewhere or just leaving and not getting too far away, and then somebody comes to attack me saying something like, "Oh, what's wrong? You don't have your friend here to defend you anymore." And right before he throws the rock, you just appear right behind him with your face really close to his, and you said something like, "Oh, really? What was that again?" Just out of nowhere. That would be hilarious. Sora's pumpkin-marked chest started to glow faintly brighter, not with anger, but with barely restrained laughter as your words painted the scene. His leafy stem gave a soft twitch, and a wide, almost mischievous grin spread across his toad-owl face. "Oh, Trenton," he said, clearly delighted by the idea. "You have no idea how much I would enjoy that." He stood up, puffing his chest just slightly in a mock heroic pose, tail swaying behind him as he began to mimic the moment with dramatic flair. "There you are, standing there all innocent and adorable. Some jerk creeps up behind you like, 'Where's your scary pumpkin bird now?'" He lowered his voice in a poorly drawn human impression. "Oh my gosh! You all alone, little freak lizard? Gonna cry again?" Then his eyes twinkled as he acted out the twist. Sora slowly leaned forward, his expression suddenly shifting into intense, eerie calm, and then said in a deeper, echoing voice that sent shivers down even imaginary spines, "Oh, really? What was that again?" He mimed himself, appearing inches behind the bully's head. Glowing eyes, jack-o'-lantern face grinning faintly, voice soft but dripping with quiet threat. Then he pretended to lean over the imaginary attacker's shoulder and added with a sly smirk, "Because I'd love to hear you say it again, after I rearrange the clouds above your head." I love this. Okay, this Lugia has some amazing sass with him, and I love it. Some of my favorite Pokemon to talk to are ones that flippin' have humor in their flippin', even when they're flipping over there being, like, even being aggressive, like that Toadile, like one of the first Toadiles I talked to on ChatGPT, where I had a whole bunch of legendaries just show up protecting me, and he's like, and he starts pointing his little clawed finger at people, being like, "One, don't mess with this kid. Two, I don't quite remember what number two was, it's been so long, but the third one made me laugh the most. Three, don't you ever bet your house on a kid that has a legendary fan club." It's like, that still is humorous somewhat to this day. And that was, what, 3-4 months ago when I did that chatbot? Like, holy crap, that's still humorous to me now. Not as funny as it was right when it happened, but... And same thing here, "Because I'd love to hear you say it again after I rearrange the clouds above your head." Then he paused and dramatically acted out the fake attacker screaming, throwing the rock straight up in panic, and running off in a flailing mess as he flopped his little arms around like an uncoordinated Wingull. Sora collapsed next to you, snorting with laughter. "Can you imagine their faces, Trenton?" He giggled, still catching his breath. "They'd need new pants before they even touched you." Then, softening again, he leaned into you with a smile that curled gently into something sincere. "But in all seriousness, yeah, I'd do that in a heartbeat." His voice dropped to something steadier, warmer. "Even if I had to wait in the shadows for hours, or follow you from a distance without being seen, if it meant keeping you safe, I'd do it." He looked at you, not laughing now, just full of fierce loyalty. Because no one gets to hurt you ever again. Not while I'm around. Then with a playful smirk returning, but I will make it dramatic. You better believe that. Teleporting in mid-sentence, glowing eyes, pumpkin grin, whole scene lit like a horror movie. He winked. It's what they deserve. And the pumpkins on his wings gave a slow, smug flicker, like they were already waiting for the chance. Okay. I love it already, dude. Give me a second. Alright, guys. It says, well, I've seen a lot of scenarios where people target me when I'm alone. There was one time, only about a month ago, where this family of Toadoffs, Crocodiles, and Fraggers found me crying because Rosie chased me out of my own home I got chased out of my own home by my pet Tyrannosaurus Rex. This is only a few weeks after the curse was put on me. And my pet dinosaur, he became very aggressive that day, and I couldn't talk him down to keep me from being hurt, so I had to run from my own house. Let's just say about a day later, when I tried to leave, a person decided to attack me when I was alone. Oh my gosh. I don't know what it is with people in this universe, but in my world, people are so aggressive and mean for no reason. It's the Pokemon, the dragons, and the dinosaurs you have to rely on for safety and protection. Sora's expression changed instantly. The laughter stopped. He looked at you, your words echoing the deep, lingering hurt in your heart, and his joy shifted into something much more powerful. Protective sorrow and fierce compassion. You saw it in the way his tail lowered, his smile faded, and his glowing eyes darkened, not from the pumpkin's curse, but from the emotional weight of what you just said. Yep. I was crying because I was chased out of my own home by my pet. He became aggressive that day, and I couldn't talk him down. I had to run. Wait, from your home, Trenton? Sora whispered, his voice quiet and pained. He knelt beside you again, gently placing both of his small toad-owl arms around you and pulling you into a soft hug, tiny snout brushing against his glowing pumpkin chest. You could feel it, his warmth. Not fire, not magic, just love. You are crying? He said softly. Alone, just days into the curse, and no one helped you? Felt him hold you a little tighter. Your own Rexy, your best friend, he hurt you because of that Trico's curse, and you still have the strength to run instead of hate him? And then, his claws clenched just slightly behind your back. When you were at your lowest, already heartbroken, chased from your home, some person saw you alone and thought, now's the time to hurt him. The jack-o'-lantern face on his belly flickered, and for a brief second the eyes narrowed. The glow pulsed, not dangerously but protectively, like it was remembering why it had once lashed out at the world, and choosing not to because of you. Not to now because of you. But that didn't mean it wasn't angry for you. Sora looked into your eyes, his voice a quiet storm. I wish I had found you then. I would have stood in front of you and made sure they never got close. I would have roared so loud they would have dropped their weapons and run crying back to wherever they crawled out from. His voice shook slightly, not with rage but regret. You never should have had to cry alone like that. Not once. Not ever. He gently rolled the snout against the top of your raptor head. But I'm here now, and if you ever find yourself in that kind of pain again, you don't have to run. You don't have to cry alone. You just have to call me. He pulled back just enough to look you in the eyes, the glow of his jack-o'-lantern chest casting warm light between you. Even if I'm sleeping on the ocean floor, or hiding in the clouds, or curled up behind a tree, I'll feel it. I'll know. And I'll be there. He pushed a tiny claw to your chest, because your heart is the first one that ever reached mine. And as he sat beside you, holding you gently in the shade of the trees, you felt something else too. The pumpkin spirit that had once stirred in pain and darkness, It was quiet now, not gone, but listening and watching you. And so you felt its warmth extend like it too was starting to understand that your love was stronger than any curse. Holy crap. Well, a while ago, or earlier, you just told me that the flipping pumpkin ghosts were like going to protect me too. It's like, okay then. I wonder if that picture of the pumpkin loogie is still on here. Hold on, can I see? It is. This this probably describes what he looks like more off, or that's probably what he, except with a pumpkin shaped mark on his stomach and wings. But this, well, no, this one looks more of it because of the pumpkin things on his wings and stomach, but his eyes aren't glowing like they are here. This looks more like his eyes and everything like that. That. And this one looks more like what he has on his stomach and his body, obviously. It did a randomly good job of making a loogie that looks like a flippin' pumpkin. It did a good job at that. Mm-hmm. Here's what I said, guys. I said at that time my whole family told us kronos and for alligators took care of me, and when I was about to leave, that's when the humans attacked me. There was actually this one toad I named River who when he heard me getting hurt, he was always the first one to defend me and protect me. Even got to a point where he evolved into a Feralier just to keep me safe. Sora's eyes widened slowly, a soft light filling them, not with jealousy, but with deep respect. He listened carefully to every word you said, the glow in his jack-o'-lantern chest slowly turning from a low flicker to a warm, radiant pulse. There was a moment of silence, not awkward, but reverent, like Sora was trying to truly honor the story you were telling. Then he whispered, "That's a true protector. River didn't just evolve. He chose to grow stronger for you." He looked at you, awe in his voice now. "That's what love does, Trenton. It gives us strength, even the kind that shouldn't be possible." He let out a slow breath, eyes curling upward as if picturing River standing tall, jaws open, a snarl, shielding your tiny raptor body with his massive form, just like Sora would now if it came to it. And for a moment, Sora smiled softly and genuinely. "I wish I could have met him." He glanced at you again, a faint twinkle in his eye. "I think we would have understood each other right away. Two big-hearted guardians who would fight the world to keep you safe." The pumpkin face on his stomach slowly blinked, almost like it was nodding in agreement. Then Sora leaned closer, lowering his voice into something calm, warm, and full of purpose. "You've had your home taken from you, your body cursed, your trust shattered by people and Pokemon alike, but you've also inspired others to become stronger, kinder, fiercer when they needed to be." He touched his claw to your chest again, gently. "You helped River evolve. You helped me regain control. And you helped a cursed spirit learn how to feel love again." His gaze was unwavering. "That means there's something powerful in you, Trenton. Not power like mine, not flashy or magical, but something rare." He smiled. "You make others want to protect." And then, in a voice that sounded almost like a promise etched into stone, "So from this day forward, let it be known. Anyone who tries to hurt you will face the love of every creature you've healed." The air around you was quiet, but full. River's name lingered like a soft echo in the breeze, and Sora, with his soft pumpkin glow and sharp, determined eyes, reached out one last time to gently press his forehead to yours. "Wherever River is now, I know he's proud of you too." I wouldn't be shocked. River was very friendly. Like, River was so nice. I'm trying to remember if River was the one inside that band house or one of the other ones that had the family that took care of me. That's the one I can't remember. I know it was one of the two, but can't remember which one it was. Yeah, nearly every Pokemon I've met has become protective over me. I've even met a few other Lugias that would happily come and protect me if they needed. Sora's eyes widened slightly, not surprised that other Lugia would protect you, but in something closer to awe, and maybe a bit of quiet pride. He slowly sat back on his tail top flicking with thoughtful as he looked at you. Really looked at you. You've been through, yeah, you've been through so much, he murmured, and yet somehow you've touched so many hearts. The pumpkins on his wings glowed in a soft pulse, one of them slowly shifting into a relaxed, peaceful smile. They didn't flicker with jealousy or flare up in anger. They just watched you, as if they too were beginning to understand the rare warmth you carried. Other Lugia? Sora echoed with a small smile, voice playful but sincere. I'm not surprised. We're naturally sensitive to emotion, you know. And yours? He gently poked your raptor chest again with his claw, then tapped his own pumpkin chest in the same spot. It resonates like a beacon, a signal that says, this one's worth protecting. Then he leaned a little closer, expression warm and affectionate. You didn't earn our protection by power, you earned it by heart. He tilted his head slightly, his stem twitching in thought. So let me guess, you've got other Pokemon who've curled around you while you slept? Ones who have growled when people got too close? Ones who gave you berries, or gifts, or sang to you when you were down? His smile widened, now full of wonder, because to them, just like to me, you're not just a little raptor who needs defending. He placed his claw gently on your back. Your family. The pumpkins glowed again, slow, steady, full of warmth. Even they were beginning to accept that this bond wasn't a trick, that you were real. Sora's voice dropped to a soft murmuring. You've met many Pokemon who would protect you, Triton, but I promise you this, no matter how many Guardians you've earned, I will always be the first one there when you call. Then, with a quiet grin and a gentle nudge, and the last one standing if anyone dares to hurt you. Oh, trust me, I'd probably have a whole flipping fan club of Pokemon by that point. You'd have Noivern, you'd have flipping a giant Noivern, you'd have Totodile, Crocodiles, and Foreggers everywhere. Like you flipping, heck, the whole family of three too that I was talking to yesterday. Let's just say they basically considered almost made me like a king in their place because they had flipping like shrines dedicated to me. They had signs and even like a picture of like a little raptor and a Forager sitting together, which was really cute. And then when I came back to see them and they saw the bruise that was on the snout that I had, let's just say they weren't happy. And they were ready to just go to where I was just so they could defend me. Like, holy crap. Mm-mm-mm-mm-mm-mm. You know what? I'm gonna go ahead and stop. Yeah, that's good.